You're watching the English News Bulletin on QPVN channel. I'm Cho Nguyễn, and now let me keep you up to date with the headlines. Proud of Hanoi capital's heroic history. Evidence of precious friendship between Vietnam and Cuba. An artisan who revives folk music of Hanoi. On the morning of October the 10th at the National Convention Center, Hanoi City, the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Vietnam, the National Assembly, the President, the Government of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, the Vietnam Fatherland Front Central Committee, and Hanoi City solemnly held the ceremony to celebrate the 70th anniversary of Hanoi capital's Liberation Day, October the 10th, 1954, October the 10th, 2024. Party General Secretary and President Do Lâm delivered a speech at the ceremony. The event also saw the attendance of Minister of National Defense General Phan Văn Giang, along with other leaders and former leaders of the Communist Party of Vietnam and state. In his speech, Party General Secretary and President Do Lâm affirmed that Hanoi holds a particularly important role and position associated with honorable milestones of the Vietnamese Revolution. On the historic day of October the 10th in 1954, the Hanoi Political Military Committee and the troops advanced to and took over the capital. Over 400,000 people in Hanoi, with flags and flowers, banners, and photos of Uncle Ho, rushed to the streets, eagerly welcomed the victorious troops in the jubilation of the Liberation Day. In the afternoon of the same day, tens of thousands of people in armed forces were joyful and touched to attend the flag-raising ceremony at the Cột Stadium and listen to President Ho Chi Minh's appeal to the people on the occasion of the capital's Liberation Day.
Thời khắc lịch sử đó,
that historic moment was a testament to the national strength, solidarity, and aspiration for peace of the Vietnamese people. It is a milestone that opened up a new period for the development of Hanoi capital and the country, marking the total failure of the French colonialism in Vietnam, ending the 9-year resistance war against the French colonialists. Hanoi, the capital of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam, was liberated from foreign invaders. Our people could control their own destiny, and the country enthusiastically joining hands to build a new society, socialist society. It marked a new start for the glorious period in the 1,000-year history of culture and heroism of Thăng Long Hanoi in the Ho Chi Minh era. After being liberated under the Communist Party of Vietnam's leadership with the spirit of self-reliance, hard work, and creativity, the capital proceeded to overcome the post-war consequences and restore the economy. During the national resistance war against the U.S. imperialists, as a key area that was often fiercely attacked by the U.S. imperialists, the authority and people of Hanoi clearly demonstrated their exemplary role, both fighting bravely and actively competing with the people in the north in production, building a firm barrier for the southern theater. During the 12-day and night Hanoi battle or Christmas bombing in December 1972, the military troops and people of Hanoi coordinated with other troops, bravely built an anti-aircraft system to destroy the B-52 bomber, restoring peace in North Vietnam, marking an important contribution to the cause of national reunification. Entering the stage of advancing towards socialism under the leadership of the Communist Party of Vietnam, the Hanoi authority and people, together with the whole country, have strived to overcome all difficulties and carried out the renewal process. From a city that suffered losses during the war, the capital is developing strongly. Its defense and security posture has been fortified, becoming the key political and administrative hub of the nation. It is also a major center of culture, science, education, economy, and integration, which has been internationally honored and recognized as the city for peace and creative city. The same day, during the 44th and 45th ASEAN summits and related high-level meetings in Vientiane of Laos, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính met with Republic of Korea President Yoon Suk-yeol and Vice President of the World Bank for East Asia and the Pacific, Manuel Ferro. During his meeting with the Republic of Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol, both leaders expressed the determination to further strengthen and deepen the Vietnam Republic of Korea Comprehensive Strategic Partnership. They agreed to increase high-level exchanges and contacts, bolster cooperation in defense and security, and promote economic and trade collaboration by removing barriers and creating favorable conditions for goods to enter each other's market. The two sides also discussed expanding cooperation in emerging fields such as science and technology, innovation, and research and development. The Republic of Korea reaffirmed its support for Vietnam and ASEAN stance on the East Sea, or internationally known as the South China Sea issue, emphasizing adherence to international law and resolving disputes through peaceful means in accordance with the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. In his meeting with Vice President of the World Bank for East Asia and the Pacific, Manuela Ferro, Prime Minister Ching expressed appreciation for the World Bank's active support for Vietnam's socio-economic development over the past 30 years. He emphasized Vietnam's commitment to strengthening its cooperation with the World Bank. Ms. Ferro congratulated Vietnam on its impressive socio-economic achievements and reaffirmed the World Bank's commitment to working closely and effectively with Vietnam to achieve its goal of becoming a high-income developed nation by 2045. Both parties agreed to streamline procedures in loan negotiations and approvals to ensure swift and effective implementation of cooperative projects. As part of an official visit to the Republic of Cuba on October the 9th local time, Sing Lieutenant General Trịnh Văn Quyết, chairman of the General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army, along with a high-level delegation of political officials from the Vietnam People's Army, visited the High Military Academy of the Ministry of the Cuban Revolutionary Armed Forces. The delegation also attended the screening and handover ceremony for episodes 2 and 3 of the documentary series Two Hearts Beat as One, jointly produced by the Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense and its Cuban counterpart. The event was attended by Corps General Alvaro Lopez Miera, Minister of the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Cuba, and two-star General Victor Leonardo Rojo Ramos, Chief of the Political Affairs for the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Cuba. Speaking at the ceremony, Corps General Miera emphasized that the two militaries have always been comrades and brothers, ready to assist each other in any circumstances. Just over a year ago, the Cuban Ministry of the Revolutionary Armed Forces received episode 1 of the documentary from the General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army, and today they received episodes 2 and 3 of the Two Hearts Beat as One. General Quyết emphasized that the documentary is not only an artistic creation, but also a testament to the rare and profound solidarity and friendship between the parties, states, peoples, and militaries of Vietnam and Cuba. The documentary reflects the mutual support, understanding, and shared efforts in safeguarding national sovereignty and building strong national defense in both countries. He expressed his belief that the documentary will serve as a powerful inspiration and a vivid testament to the special Vietnam-Cuba friendship. Later the same day, General Quyết and the delegation visited the Fidel Castro Ruz Center in Havana. This center serves to collect, preserve, and honor the legacy of the Cuban commander-in-chief, aiming to research and disseminate the ideological values of the leader Fidel Castro to future generations. On this occasion, the Vietnamese general presented the Fidel Castro Ruz Center's leadership with a symbolic gift from the General Political Department of Vietnam People's Army. Joining the high-ranking delegation led by Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính to attend the 44th ASEAN Summit in Laos on the morning of October the 10th, Sing Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến, Deputy Defense Minister, paid a courtesy call on General Chen Samot Chengalath, Deputy Prime Minister and Defense Ministers of Laos. General Chien briefed the host on the contents discussed and agreed upon at his working session on October the 9th with Sing Lieutenant General Vongkham Phumacon, Deputy Minister of National Defense of Laos. General Chansamon Chanyalath highly appreciated the competent agencies of the two ministries of national defense for proactively preparing for and being ready to organize the activities. He confirmed that the two ministries will inspect and rehearse the exchange on October the 21st to ensure the successful organization of all activities as planned. Sing Lieutenant General Hong Sun Chien and General Chansamon Chanyalath also discussed a number of important activities to be carried out in the coming time, including the annual meeting between the three defense ministers of Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, and a number of related activities in Cambodia this November. The visit to Laos by General Phan Van Giang, Minister of National Defense of Vietnam, to attend the ADMM and ADMM Plus in Laos, and enhancing cooperation in training, exchange of young officers, and other cooperation contents. Coming up next, the 12th Vòng Tay Nước Mỹ Gala opens. An artisan who revives folk music of Hanoi. Recently, a series of events took place in New York City of the U.S. as part of the 12th Vòng Tay Nước Mỹ program organized by the Association of Vietnamese Students and Professionals in the U.S. The event attracted a large number of Vietnamese students from various states across the country. The theme of this year's Vòng Tay Nước Mỹ Gala is New York Starlight, Dare to Dream, Dare to Shine, aimed at inspiring and igniting the dreams and aspirations of young Vietnamese in the U.S. During the gala's opening ceremony, Ambassador Đặng Hoàng Giang affirmed that Vietnamese representative agencies in the U.S. will always be supportive and serve as a strong foundation for the young Vietnamese community in the U.S. in general and the Association of Vietnamese Students and Professionals in particular. This support extends not only to those who are award international students from Vietnam, but also to young U.S.-born Vietnamese, contributing to strengthening and developing the Vietnamese youth community across the country with a steadfast connection to their homeland. Mộc Quan Nhân Village in Nhân Chính Ward, Thanh Xuân District, Hanoi was formerly well known for the practice of folk music in Hanoi, which, however, has gradually faded away. There is an artisan who has made tireless effort to teach folk music for different generations of local people. Driven by a profound passion for the traditional culture and the historic land of Thăng Long, though she was not born and raised there, she has helped foster the love for the cultural heritage of the country. I was born into a family which loved some singing. My parents earned a living by performing some singing. I have known how to sing some since I was a child. My father taught me how to sing them, especially I was luckily taught by ARTISAN Hà Thị Cầu. Here in Mộc Quan Nhân Village, local people told me that there was once an art troupe to perform some singing in the village. Then I felt a sense of loss when the traditional culture has been faded away. I kept asking myself why the cultural identity could not be preserved. That is also the reason why the Mộc Village Folk Song Club debuted in 2009. At first, there was over 10 members in the club, most of whom were old. Now the number of club's members has increased to over 20 members of all ages. I had no idea about this music genre, but Kim Dung taught me how to sing the songs. She worked so enthusiastically for her passion. Besides some singing, I also love rap singing. I loved the song named Proud of Thăng Long Hanoi because it is the combination of both rap and some singing. I've been joining in the club for 3 years now. I love streetcar singing. Artisan Kim Dung has been honored with Nobel Awards and titles for her contribution to preserving the traditional culture. She's also one of the 10 people who has recently received the title of Outstanding Citizens of the Capital from Hanoi City's government. And that's all for now. Remember, you can always watch the news again at QPVN.vn. Now, thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.